I was watching part five of the pension deal there, Christine. If the employer paid that and he appealed that and the $11,000 and he won, then it will go back to the employer. I got some other news for you. He'll get interest on that money because under the act, he's entitled to interest. You're not. I'm not. Nobody else is. Just the employer. You have to read the act, the Tribunals Act, in conjunction with the WCB Act. It's like it was written by Stalin. An insidious set of documents, just beyond belief. Do you know that they don't have to follow the letter of the law in this little kangaroo secretive court? They don't even have to follow their own practice directives. But if you're called before them and they don't like the way you're behaving, they can charge you with contempt and have you put in jail. It's pretty good, eh? It's right there. It's all in the act. Uh, you, there's no freedom of information when it comes to the administrative tribunal. They're protected by law. Their names can't be used. Nothing can be published without their express permission in writing. This was all done by Mr. Gordon Campbell, along probably with the help of Alan Winter, because he was the guy that orchestrated the the whole deal. It's just beyond belief the damage Gordon Campbell has done to the working class of this country. And anybody that's watching it, like Gordon's neighbors and that, you should thank him every time you see him out on his morning stagger. You should thank him for what he's done to you and your family. Every time he sticks his blurry head out of his door, you should yell, "Thank you, Gordon. Thanks for screwing us." Because he was instrumental in it, right up to the nuts. My little deal, if you look into the WCB Act, it's right there. It's called the Casual Workers Clause. And there's a big swath of it. This is the clause that they want to apply to all construction workers because it gives them the right to cut your wage, your awards to nothing. And that's what they did to me because I was making $27 an hour when I got injured. And like I said, I got what, $168 a week or $268 every 2 weeks, some ridiculous amount. I don't even know anymore. It just killed me. Anyways, I went into debt, and it took me a long time to get out. And well, after my mom died, I got a small award or a small inheritance, and I paid it back to the bank to pay off my living expenses at that time. But anyways, it's just beyond the belief what these people have done. They've destroyed the working class of this country. And everybody's sitting back and nobody's saying a word, and they figure that they're doing well. And the real insidious thing is about it, they're training every day. They're training the next generation of injured worker because they got these recruiters running around training these young kids to work on the job. And most of these young kids don't have a clue. Like I was talking about this young guy that was being screamed at by this Filipino guy and screamed and hollered at. And he said to me, he says, "I don't even understand what this guy's saying to me. I don't know what he's screaming about." These are the people that you got leading your kids as they're on these construction jobs. So my advice is to any kid, I give the advice to this kid. I said, for Christ's sake, son, I don't have a kid of my own, but I'll give you some fatherly advice. Get away from construction. Go back to school. Get away from this garbage. Don't give your life to these bastards because it's not worth it. They'll destroy you and move on to the next victim and destroy them without any compassion for anything. They have no compassion. It's all about money. And this is what I was saying about Lauren saying what a nice, great company he was working for. They're not a great company. They're a typical company like any other company. They're not nice guys. Forget that nice guy bullshit because they can't afford to be nice. They're in business to make money and to survive. And if they're nice, they're not in business. It's that simple. Nice people finish last in business. Business is cutthroat. They destroy whoever they have to destroy in order to make a dollar. I went to trade school with the son of a bitch that screwed me. My last memory of that bastard was him and his buddy driving past a schoolyard, swerving at the kids that were walking down the fucking street. And I threatened to fucking cut up his Corvette with a goddamn drywall hatchet if I ever saw him do it again. He was an asshole. He always was an asshole from the day he was fucking born. Because his father trained him that way. Probably not his fault because, hey, if you're trained that way, that's the way you are. You have no regard for other human beings, there you go. But anyways, so don't think these people are nice guys. They're not. They're businessmen. And they'll destroy anything they have to in order to get ahead. My belief was the injured workers have to go to this. We have to get into the Supreme Court and cause such an uproar, such a furor in this country that another royal commission is conducted into the affairs of the WCB. It has to be done if we're going to save our country, because this is going to cost us our country. This is that Canadian Action Party leader, Paul Hellyer, I think his name is. He hit the nail right on the head. This is all coming from the States. Big money coming from the States because they want to come in here and have a cheap labor force right next door. They got the Mexicans on the other side. They want the Canadians on this side. They're gradually taking over our country. They can come in and buy at one time it was 50% of a company. Now they can buy 100%. They can sue you if you interfere in their conducting a business in your own country, which they have done on several occasions and are doing. So you don't have any rights here. You have absolutely no rights in your own country. So now we know what not having any civil rights is all about. Boy, did we get taught a lesson. So we have to fight for our civil rights in our own country, and it's time now to start the war. Civil disobedience, if necessary. Legal means, first of all, if you can. But you have to be given the rights that you're entitled to under the Canadian Charter. We don't even have those rights under the Tribunals Act. They don't have to apply the Charter to us. You got to read it. It's a who's who of Joseph Stalinism. That little document, and then you take a look at the WCB Act. It's just a nightmare. Me and Josh have went through this time and time and time again, looking for ways to get at these people. And every time we open a door, they slam it shut. Because they have the power. And that's what it's all about. Is that supreme power. That number 3 in the story of the little boy. You got it. Hey, it says it all. That document there, that little story, says it all about what we're going through. It's all about power and the control of labor and the selling of goods without borders. It's all there. That's why I recognized it when I saw it. And I thought, there's an amazing story that says it all about what's taking place here. And this is what's happening. They have control of our oil. They have control of our grain. They have control of our water. Everything under the Free Trade Act, NAFTA. And it's the Americans. They're getting